Yeah, well, welcome to my studio. I never had an art lesson in my life until I was in my 40s. I'd done a lot of cartooning and done greeting cards and so forth. And my wife signed me up for an art course at the museum here in Nashville. And the last Sunday afternoon was oil painting. And I really did like it and wanted to do some more. So she mentioned to me that one of her high school classmates was an artist, and that artist was married to an artist, and so I took a workshop with them. They were approximately my age, and in the 1970s, if you wanted to learn how to paint like the old masters, you were pretty much out of luck. There are a few places, or there were, and one of them is the Art Students League in New York City. They introduced me to 5 other people here in Nashville who have associated in one way or another with the Art Students League. And so I've been lucky that I've had the best instruction from the point of view of wanting to paint like the old masters that I possibly could have had. I do a lot of still lifes and landscapes. I do as much as I can from life and in natural light, but that's not always possible. You set up a floral still life and it wilts, and so I end up finishing a lot of it with photographs. I do landscapes, as I said. I have done some plein air outdoor painting in the past, and I'm starting to get back into that, and it seems to be really helping. Photographs distort, and so you've got to make sure that you've got good input to start with, and make notes on what you want it to end up like.
Mm-hmm. What type of materials do you use? Any particular brand of oil, or just?
I paint on Belgian linen most of the time,
Yeah.
although I do paint on gesso panels.
Mm-hmm.
I use mostly Block's oil color, which is made in Belgium. And as a matter of fact, I visited their plant this year in way out in the country in Belgium. It was a great experience. But
Yeah.
I also use Old Holland and a few
Oh,
here. I
right.
have a group of still lifes. As I mentioned earlier, I really like to paint with natural light and from life. And these were all done very recently, right here in my studio. I'm doing a series of 4 seasons in flowers, and this is winter. And in New England, and the people up there take great care of their barns. They're always immaculate. And here was this one little unpainted barn in a field in Vermont. It looked like it got lost in Tennessee and ended up in Vermont. This Chinese ginger jar I got in an estate sale. And the books and the rabbits up there are called Brer and the Hare. And
Oh yeah,
the
Brer
volumes,
Rabbit.
the volumes say Aesop and Uncle Remus. So I like to have a little bit of fun with the titles.
Yeah.
My wife went on a mission trip to Guatemala to the indigenous Maya. She brought back this photograph of a place in Guatemala that just really gripped me, and I had great fun painting that.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Thank you.
I really admire the styles and the quality of your paintings.
Well, thank you. I as you can tell, I really like it. A friend of mine commissioned me to do a painting of his favorite golf hole here in Nashville. And so we jumped right into the process. We toured the whole golf course on a day when it was closed and took a bunch of photographs, and finally decided on this one. So the first thing I do is do a study, and this way we can really communicate and make sure that the commission's going where the client wants it. Then I complete the painting, deliver it, and in this case he was pretty happy. I was very happy with it. Now what you're looking at here is a print on canvas. The
Right.
actual painting was over twice this size.
Uh-huh.
But I still own the image, and so I can sell prints of it, but he owns the painting.
Right, that's the typical artist.
I really enjoy commissions and have done quite a few. These span a good period of time. I've only been painting full time for about 1.5 years. I've been in the construction and engineering business for 35 years. Have a degree in physics.
Was that from Rhodes?
It was, yes.
In Memphis, yeah.
Anyway, some of these paintings go back a little ways, but they're still important to me. We like to take our family up to the lake at Rock Island. This is a railroad station from Rock Island where in the days when the roads were inadequate, you would take the train even on a short jog. There's a garden that belongs to a friend of my wife. One of my favorite painters is Chardin, the French painter from the 18th century.
All right.
And he has done a number of paintings that include a water cistern, where you would fill up a cistern full of water in your kitchen so that you don't have to make so many trips. We went to a French pastry shop in Santa Fe, and I walked in the door, and they had one of these things. It's got to be 200 years old. So I just had to paint it.
Is that what this one is?
That's the copper water cistern, and it's big. It's big. I like to do glazing as much as I can, and the lampshade in this painting from a friend's living room was glazed. The shade was painted completely in white and then glazed in yellow to give it that
beautiful
really glow, which is very much an old master's thing.
Yeah.
I only recently got to stand in front of the Mona Lisa, and I was standing off to the side, a huge crowd there, but the glazes, I can't even begin to describe them, and no reproduction that you've ever seen would do it justice. I was just astounded by the glazing, and that's just something I try to include in my work as much as I can.
Well, having studied it, you have a greater appreciation for it.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Exactly. It had been on my bucket list for a long time to get to Bruge, and this painting is of a canal in Bruge. The bridge was built in the 15th century. This is the same trip where I explored and went to the blocks factory. But Bruge is just really exciting to me because it's sort of stuck in time. It really didn't modernize like other cities do. So you see the still lifes, I'm painting with natural light and painting from life.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today.
Well, thank you, Karen.